Welcome back to Manor Lords. This episode, we will be trying to grow our town, get an economy, and, well, try not to die.
Welcome back to a gloomy day of Manor Lords, where we are slowly but surely trying to expand our very humble beginnings of a small settlement into a thriving village, and possibly even a city if we can get that far. But we shall see. So since last time, I have done very little. I've just started construction on a few different things that I think will definitely help us in the long run. And actually, while we are at it, we will build the last thing that we will need. Let's build it right over. We'll build it right next to it. I think that makes sense, right? If it'll go into place. There we go. All right. So we've got a lot of empty families, unassigned families, which is lovely, but we want to be able to utilize them and utilize them well. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get in the kind of necessities that we'll need, not necessarily right now, but to help us grow. So Forester's Hut, that's what we'll need to kind of grow back the forest, as that might imply. Actually, might as well get some more food here if we can. And the charcoal kiln, which is an incredible addition for the woodcutter's launch, is because it basically doubles everything. I believe it is like one chopped piece of wood, one piece of fuel basically here goes into 2 charcoal. So it's a great trade-off here. And then ultimately, it'll be a really easy way to get some regional wealth for us as well. I don't believe it goes into our treasury. I think, could be wrong. I believe the trading post wealth goes into regional wealth. And then our stonecutters camp, just to get this up, because once we get the stone deposit all figured out, then that'll be nice. And then something we also need to do is we need to upgrade the granary and the storehouse. Now, the storehouse we can actually do right now. So we're actually going to do that. We're going to do it very high, just because I don't know if the food will... Oh, wait, no, it's the storehouse. All right, we don't need to worry about that. Anyways, we'll slowly but surely get moving. And I want to put this down to only 30. Oh, that's annoying. Bandits are still stealing our stuff. But we do not have the army for it. We have 16 men, and I think they have more than that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they have more than that, whatever it is. So, gonna hold off for now. Kind of banking on the AI, sending an army after them. So I'm hoping that's the case. But for now, let's get everything kind of figured out and moving on here. Looks as though the storehouse is almost done, which is lovely. And what we're going to do with the stonecutters camp is we're actually going to kind of blitz this because it's not a rich deposit. That's what we will get in the entirety. We will never get more than the 120 stone that's there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on at least 2 families instantly here into the stonecutters camp to kind of just get all of that up. Which what we might end up doing is pulling someone off of... you know what? We're okay. We're okay. But we are about to go into winter, which is a little scary because we need food and we don't have a wonderful variety, I don't believe. I believe we just have a little bit of bread left over. And... oh, not there. Oh, we do have some eggs. That's lovely. I'm glad this is working out. I was a little skeptical of this, how well it would work out, but it looks like we're getting some eggs, and that is huge. So the charcoal kiln is also nice, so what we're going to do is we actually are going to... oh, no one is in there anyways. Well, what do you know? We're going to pull you off the Forger's Hut, put you into the charcoal kiln, and basically, we only have 10 months of fuel left, but I think once we put them into the charcoal kiln, it'll up it. Not quite to 20 months, but it should do a decent job boosting that up as well. So it looks as though deforestation, it said, removed a wild berry bush. So I'm a little confused. That might actually mean that these guys can cut down more things. Oh, now stop it. This is one. Can cut down stuff that they should not be able to cut down. So what we're going to do then is we're going to try to kind of isolate what people do with this, and then we're going to shrink this down a lot and put it just to this side of everything. Beautiful. So hopefully, I mean, we will have an awkward patch of trees here forever, but I think that'll help us still. We don't want to lose this wild berries. That's kind of the only thing that's keeping us alive at this point. So we're going to need that for sure. So let's kind of let everything figure itself out. We want to be able to get the stone deposit all figured out and done, and then we can kind of utilize those two families in a little bit of a better and more effective way. And with winter approaching on us, it looks as though our stone deposit is basically depleted, which is incredible to see. Which will probably then just instantly remove the stonecutters camp. And what I've done is I've put in 2 mining pits that are just enough over, and I think I can technically fit a third one there. I don't know quite yet if that'll be necessary, or if we can even keep up with that kind of demand. But once we get this next upgrade, then this will never ever run dry, which will be incredible. So what we need to do to get there is we need to upgrade some of our burgage plots. But for that, we need a few more things as well. So let's just see. To upgrade, yeah, it requires... it does... We do... Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so we need more market food supply and clothing. Clothing is going to be tough because in order to get clothing, we need some form of like hides and stuff like that. And the only way we can get hides right now is through the wild animal deposit. So what we're going to do is it's going to be a really long trek out here. But it's going to have to do. And we are going to send out some poor family to figure out this hunting camp situation. Actually, we're going to put 2 down. And that's what we'll do after the stone deposit's all gone. And just so we can get some clothing in here, because once everyone gets at least 1 piece of clothing, or within this burgage plot, we can upgrade to level 2. And once we get 2 burgage plots to level 2, then we can get the wonderful mining upgrade and start really producing some good money. As winter has now fully set in, we are completely done with the stonecutters camp. So we are going to just hope that we're going to take 1 person out, hope that this last person can get the stone. Actually, you know what? We're just going to demolish it straight away. And there should be a stone in there. Yes, there is. Beautiful. So we've got 4 families unassigned. And once these hunting camps get built, 2 of them will instantly put in there. Actually, probably 3 of them will put there. For now. Well, we're going to overhunt this and we don't want to completely deplete it. So we'll probably just put 1 or 2 there at most. Definitely not 3. So while I was sitting there waiting for these to be built, I realized this one is kind of pointless. So we're just going to demolish it because we can just put the 2 families directly into here, and that's all we're going to really have space for, especially with only 20 wild animals there. But while that's getting figured out, we've got the large granary under construction since we have the stone for it, and we can hopefully upgrade that as well, so we just don't have to worry about it. Our supplies are all picked up. That is lovely. And we are almost at the place where we can get more wealth and food. But something I am realizing is the little bit of a bottleneck we have is the food. So we're going to get some from meat, which will be good. But I don't know if it'll be enough for people. So what we might need to do is to get a little bit of more wealth, regional wealth, upgrade these also to get eggs. To get for chickens. So we might set 1 person here into the trading post. And we need to figure out what we can sell, what we have a lot of. We have a lot of berries, but that is our only source of food. So let's still try it though. Let's do this. Let's trade. And we're gonna do berries. We want to export, and we want to have a desired surplus of, we'll say, 80 for now. And this will just be more of a passive thing. So we're not setting up an actual trade route, but every time someone comes by, they might buy a little bit of berries. Now, hopefully that actually is the case and they will actually buy some and we can slowly but surely build some regional wealth. But until then, we're just going to have to rely on the meat and the berries to do their work so we can fulfill both of these slots and some form of thing here, which reminds me, we do need a tanner, I believe, because the hunting camp gives us hides, which I don't believe hides. Yes. So we actually need to make these into something. So that'll be the tannery. And this is all the way over there. Sorry, absolute moment of brain damage. This needs stuff all the way over there, but I don't want them to have to travel all the way over. And I know this is not the loveliest of smelling of things, so I don't think we want to have it too close to a lot of the houses. So let's just put it over here. I know it's a little removed and a little crazy, but I think that's what we're going to have to do. So let's speed things up. We're going to take someone... We're going to take someone actually off the charcoal kiln as well. It's helpful. It is boosting our fuel for sure. We have not had a single person chop down another tree for fuel yet, and we've already gone up in 3 months, despite having used 3 months worth of fuel. So this worked out really well to get the charcoal kiln now. And then once the tannery is under construction, we'll swap them over to here. Beautiful. And then now we can have a tanner. And then that means we hopefully... We have our second food. That's great. So now we just need this tanner to do his thing. And we've now expanded 2 more of our burgers plots just so we can have more people. So we've got 2 more available living spaces. And it's because we have the, well, frankly, we have the food and fuel for it at this point. That's where we went up by 1. Even though we don't have anyone in the charcoal kiln or woodcutter's lodge. That is funny. I don't know why. So it looks as though the tanner is starting to make some leather, which is great. And another bandit camp was sighted. Holy moly. There are 2 bandit camps now here. And I'm surprised. Usually this guy is a lot more aggressive. And again, to be fair, I have not played in probably well over a year. So patches could have changed things, but usually the AI is pretty aggressive with this, and he'll send in his army to clear up the bandit camps, or at least, I guess, the brigands. But that is strange. But we are finally thawing out, coming to the end of February, which is great. Which hopefully will then boost back up our wild berries. So we have just gotten a wonderful thing that says that basically a ruler's... Oh, he is coming in. Thank goodness. I don't think he's coming to attack me. I sure hope not. But there is, in 365 days, we have to prepare for raiders to come. And that is not going to be fun at all. So we need to be prepped. So we got 365 days to figure out what in the world we are doing. So let's just upgrade this one instantly. And then we need to upgrade another one that doesn't have a chicken coop in it yet. So this is the only one as of now. And, oh, we have made some regional wealth. Great. We're going to upgrade this to level 2 as well. And we just need to make a boyer. A bowyer? Boyer? I don't know how to say it. We need to make one of those ASAP. Archers are going to be our lifeblood in this playthrough for at least our villagers. We just don't want them to have to get in any close combat if they don't have to. So while I was waiting for these to upgrade, it says another ruler's army was sighted. And that was beyond the second one. So I'm a little confused, unless it's just talking about those both in our territory. Because I think the thing is they have to kind of run through here to get the bandits. Now, there's a little bit of a cheeky thing we can do. And that is we can... Oh, yeah, these are mercenaries. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And that is we could take our own militia and kind of wait for them to be engaged with the enemy's army and then just swoop in and take on that, or take the camp's loot. So we might try that. I mean, he's got a lot of dudes here. Woo, holy, yeah. He's got quadruple what they might have. So we we can only hope that he isn't here to attack us. Otherwise, that's the game. Like, lovely playing. Lovely. Our settlement has increased, which means we can get deep mining, and that is exactly what we want. So we also have room for one more family, which is great, because what we're going to want to do is we need to be able to get the iron ore into iron slabs. So the bloomery, and then we'll just put that right next to it. We'll put that right... Oh, we do not have enough goods for that. That is tough. We will have enough goods for that. In the meantime, go to the saw pit. And the tannery, that's good. Let's upgrade. Oh, we can't upgrade this yet, can we? We need planks. Well, there we go. We do need the boiler, so we need to... Yeah, planks is kind of the bottleneck for us right now. Well, that's okay. We'll do that, and we'll try to get that as soon as we can. So one thing I am worried about is these guys doing fighting in my territory. It puts dead bodies, and that actually removes approval. So we would actually have to build ourselves a... Where would that be? A corpse pit. Now, it's a pretty easy kind of thing. We can just build it, delete it, and then that's that. I really don't want to, though. Oh, it's not... Ugh. It's not ideal, but let's try. Actually, let's just wait. Let's wait and see. Let's see where they attack. They're most definitely going to attack in our land. Luckily for these guys, while they're not very effective now, they are slowly but surely gaining their effectiveness, and the brigands are running up a very steep hill, so they're going to lose a lot of stamina trying to push through this hill. Oof, we can barely see them. So this is going to be a fight they will most definitely lose. So let's put a corpse pit down. Let's just play it smart. Too steep to build. All right, let's build that right there. And have our road connected. Not that we need that. I actually don't know if we need that or not. But once this gets built, we'll put someone in the corpse pit. Yeah, instantly broken. It wasn't even close. That is tough. And I was mistaken. Oh, nope. It was the brigands. The brigands did leave. They are the ones running. For a second, I thought that it was the other men, but wasn't. Okay, and it says another ruler army was sighted. I think it's just when they disappear and they reappear. Oh, they might be smart enough now to take over the camp and get their loot. Yes, they are. That's too bad. Because I really could have done with that loot. It gives you a good amount of treasury, which can be so helpful. But, alas. So we're going to put a boiler here, and that'll help us with equipping our fine gentlemen later. And this is so strange. It does not have someone here. I guess the tannery and the saw pit both have people working there. But that is so strange. We are just missing a bunch of people, it feels like. I mean, I know that we have two families over here, so maybe that's what we'll do. We'll pull someone off of wherever this is. We'll pull a family off there. And they should hopefully be able to actually help us. Yeah, why does it say an unassigned family? Don't we have an unassigned family? Well, I guess not. That's strange. But let me figure this out. So we're going to just pull someone off the trading post. I really don't know where all of our families are going. So we have no one in the foresters, no one in the forager, no one woodcutters, one in the logging, one in the saw pit, tannery, no one in the charcoal. I mean, I know this takes up someone, but that's so interesting. I didn't think it would completely do that. Oh, someone is hurt. That is why. That makes a lot more sense now. Huh. I did not know that could happen, so that someone could get injured. Well, let's then actually add a little herb garden here. And we can make someone go work on that. We've got another family, so it's actually perfect timing. We'll send them on the forager's hut so they can get some herbs that will hopefully help us as well. All right, we have now set up our bowyer's shop as well to get war bows, just because they're a little cheaper than crossbows. We don't need the metal for it. So that's what we're going to need to do, which means we're going to basically need someone always on the saw pit, which could be more ideal, but we live and we learn. So something interesting is this guy is trying to claim this land, which we do want, but we are way too weak to resolve the claim on the battlefield. So we're just going to kind of let things happen. We're going to put just someone on the corpse pit really quick and remove someone from... we need someone everywhere. We don't have anyone on the mining pit still. Yikes. Okay. Well, It is what it is. We might have to remove someone off of something soon. Yeah, we're going to put them off the logging camp. So I've just upgraded both of these to have chicken coops in them. And now since they're actually planting the vegetables, hopefully we should get a lot more food than just the berries. We are selling them slowly but surely, which is good. We love the regional wealth. But we would much more like to actually get a variety of food. So also what we're going to do is we're going to set our army. We're going to get a new group of bowmen. And it'll split them up now kind of half and half. So once we can do that half and half, that'll be very nice for us. All right, we've got 4 more burgers plots under construction. I know it might be a little advantageous to do, but I think it'll be worthwhile just because we really do need to worry about these raiders. We need to get our numbers up. And what we are going to need to do is also, we're going to need to build ourselves the manor. So we need a small village, though. And we are not there yet, are we? No, we're there. We're there. Okay. So we do have that. But we need someone back in here. Logging camp. That's lovely. So what we're going to do then is we're going to pull someone off the corpse pit because I think that's all done. Back into logging camp. And just boost our timber then as much as possible. Because it says we have 9 here, but I don't think that knows we have 9. But once we have it up there, we'll start building our manor house as well. With that, we have 4 new wonderful burgers plots that we can also upgrade each individual one for more extra living space. More living space, which is going to be very helpful. But we don't need that right now. But this will be incredibly helpful because while it might feel like we're expanding a little quickly, each person will help us boost this number as well here. So the next 2 families we get, we can put into woodcutters, charcoal kiln. And the next 2, we can put maybe 1 into forester. And then finally, maybe 1 actually into the mining pit. That's random. That's a bug in the game. That is so random. Unless it's saying that's where the raiders are coming from. I could see that. Maybe that is the case. It says... Oh, that's interesting. They do not have enough fuel in the marketplace for some reason, or clothing, which seems odd because there is definitely fuel in the marketplace. No? Yeah, there's fuel in the marketplace. I think this should go away then. With time, yeah, it goes away. There we go. So beautiful. So what we'll do then is we've still got a little bit firewood left. So we're going to put someone in the charcoal kiln right away. And hopefully, let's actually, while we are here, build ourselves, not this burgers plot, but a bloomery right across from them. And this will obviously help process our actual raw iron into iron bars, which we can then process into a lot of other stuff, or just straight up sell the iron bars. Though, we'll talk more about trading probably next time. But there are some kind of pretty understood gimmies of what are the good and bad of trading. And iron bars, not worth it in terms of what you could actually do with them. But we'll get into that later. And the very important thing that we're going to need to be doing is building ourselves our manor house. So we're going to put it somewhere that is very defensible. Yes, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put it right here. That will have to do. And while I do want to build a lot more now, we don't quite have the resources for it. So we're just going to do that. Build our manor house. And then build this directly. here onto this main road. But sorry to say, you're gonna have to wait till next time to see us build the manor house in this beautiful, beautiful alpine valley. And with that, thank you so much for sticking around if you did to the end. If you can hit that like and subscribe, helps me out a ton and is completely free for you. Love you all, and I will see you next time.